Okay, so I had a request to take on some non-destructive edits on a project, and I think there was a little confusion. Let me turn this music off. Sorry. There was some confusion as to exactly how to make non-destructive edits. And layer masks give us the ability to make color correction in specific areas non-destructively. But layer masks, they're while they can be helpful in retouching and restoring portions of images, the reality is that they may not all be appropriate in all cases. So in this case, Donald was asking about. He was having trouble applying. He did a good job with layer masks. You can see here, this is a layer mask for the skin tone. That's fantastic, Donald. That looks much better. Very nice. And then he, did the same thing I suggested with the lips. So that's great. So those are good layer masks. I'm not sure what this layer mask does. Oh, that's the eyes. Okay, I can see it first there, and then. Oh yeah, that's nice. Really make those eyes nice and green. Popped it out. So cool. You got some good local corrections now. This is I'm seeing a lot of things that I look for here in the assessment that would suggest that you're definitely on track to a much higher grade than last time I looked at the project. And then as far as retouching goes, so he's created a retouch layer, which is appropriate. That's good. That's what he was supposed to do. But then he attached a layer mask to it, and I think he was trying to make the corrections on the layer mask, and that's not really what you need to do. You actually, Donald, you're going to work on the image layer itself. So you see here, I got the brackets. I just clicked on the thumbnail. So not the layer mask, but the image, and I'm just toggling back and forth. Hopefully, you guys are looking at the layers panel and seeing those lines. So non-destructive editing. So let's talk about exactly what I mean when I'm saying so. Layer masks are used with adjustment layers when making non-destructive edits because we're trying to retain as much flexibility in the file as possible. So we can make color corrections to an image without actually changing the pixel color, which is advantageous. And we have the ability, if I don't like something I did, I can just, toggle the visibility, and there it's gone. We're good. We still haven't destroyed that original information. But retouching, actually repairing things, that needs to be done on an image layer. So I have the image layer selected here, and I just want to be clear on what it is that I'm asking for. So if I was working on this image, I might just grab actually a healing brush, and the resolution is such on this that this might look a little clunky. This is why I tell you guys you want higher resolution. This one, let me look here. I'm not sure what the resolution is, but I see a lot of pixelation grain. So, but actually it's kind of, yeah. So I can see, here, let me move this over. You can't see this here because I brought up the image size dialog, and his file is only 539 pixels by 750 pixels. And that's how we end up with some of our edits feeling a little clunky, is we just don't have enough information. But I'm just going to go through. I'm just going to kind of clean up a little bit. But what I want to show you here, the big part of this that I want to show you, that looks a little bit weird. It's better. Is just what we mean about non-destructive edits when we're retouching, as opposed to making color adjustments. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going through, and I'm just cleaning up some of these little issues. I'm just using the clone stand, or I'm sorry, the healing brush, and I'm not going to get real crazy about it. Donald, you might want to actually think about coming in here in the background and doing some blurring. That might be a good touch on this. And then here we have this big thing up here in the top. Get rid of that. And then he was actually talking about I think he wants to get rid of this light post. Just do that on the image layer. You can probably pretty aggressively, the healing brush, they've really made some wonderful, just tremendous advancements. It's incredible how easily you can do some of these things. It really is. And then we just kind of zoom out. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything that's, yeah, that looks pretty natural. I'm not doing anything that's damaging the image yet. Hopefully I won't, but not too bad, not too shabby. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. It doesn't have to be the most, I'm not necessarily looking for the most profound edits. You know, it doesn't have to be like, you know, a completely different photograph. We're just looking to clean some stuff up. So, but now I've done that. And now the reason why, you know, we do this on an image layer and we call this is a non-destructive edit, because that was all done on the retouch layer. So if you look at the image, I'm going to toggle this retouch layer. All that information is still there. It still exists there. You know, I got rid of the you know, some of those basic little blemishes. I got rid of the light poles. There was a little shack in the back, looked like a car or two. Little trash on the shoreline. I'm actually going to come back here, and I don't know what that is, even if that's actually was there. I think it would be better if I clean that up a little bit. You know, the funny thing is I'm pretty sure this is a backdrop. That kid was in a studio, so the backdrop had all those defects on it. That's funny. Anyway, but that's non-destructive. So the point here is that it's non-destructive because all those changes that I made are on this retouch layer. They're not on layer 0, which is our original image. So the original information, should we decide that we've made a mistake, see, I can't help myself. I have to go back and continue to work on this image. All the changes we've made, they exist on a separate layer. So if we should decide that we actually wanted to do something a little bit different with the image, and we're like, you know what, I made a mistake when I got rid of, you know, X, I still have the original information on the background layer, and I can easily get that information back. And then, like I said, you could do some blurring in the background. I think that might look nice, particularly a little further. I'm probably blurring too aggressively here, but you know, you get the idea. So, you know, just to make it, clean it up a little bit more. That's too aggressive what I did there, but you know, you get the general idea. All right. So again, I think you're headed the right direction. Much improved. I'm seeing, you know, those layer masks being used, those localized corrections. You know, you could probably like really easily even, you know, do like you could probably fix those blue jeans pretty easily. Well, and by fix, I just mean like, you know, adjust the color on them. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't want that. So just to give you some ideas, like some things that, because I want to see you guys, you know, get creative and, you know, think like, what are all the different ways that I might be able to correct this, make this even a little bit better. So, you know, things like playing with the color on these blue jeans would be actually one way. So, whoop, go into the blues. Maybe pop up the blues a little bit. No. Actually, might just go to the back to this and then change. Whoa, okay, went the wrong. That's too much. Yeah. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to do. So now those jeans are just a little bit more blue, just because I'm changing the hue of them a little bit. Maybe even, oh, there we go. Play with that darkness. Look at that. And maybe even just knock the saturation. Look at that back there. So, I mean, just that kind of thing. That's a nice localized correction. That makes that image look a little bit nicer. You know, those blue jeans look a little bit more like blue jeans now. So there you go, Donald. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully you're having fun, and you're gonna have I think you're gonna have a nice image by the time you're done with this. Keep pushing and having a good time with it.